Across Africa, a bold dream is being paved into reality. A dream of unity, connection, and a future where distance no longer limits destiny. Imagine a lorry driver in Dakar setting off on a smooth road to Lagos, or a family in Cairo driving all the way to Cape Town. This is the vision of the Trans-African Highway Network, a continent-spanning project to stitch Africa together with ribbons of asphalt. For too long, Africa's infrastructure pointed outward, a legacy of colonialism that left neighbors isolated. The Trans-African Highway is a declaration that Africa's future will be built by and for Africans, overcoming barriers and empowering trade, travel, and understanding. 9 major corridors, over 56,000 kilometers, are planned to connect the continent from coast to coast and top to bottom. Join us as we explore the origins, routes, challenges, and transformative impact of this monumental network. To understand the Trans-African Highway, we must look back at Africa's colonial past, when roads and railways were built to extract resources, not connect people. After independence, new nations focused on their own borders, making cross-border travel even harder. The dream of Pan-African unity struggled to become reality. In 1971, the UN Economic Commission for Africa, the African Union, and the African Development Bank launched the Trans-African Highway project to reverse this legacy. The goal: connect Africa from within, boost intra-African trade, and empower farmers, manufacturers, and entrepreneurs. Reliable roads would open new markets, alleviate poverty, and foster sustainable growth. The highways were also meant to improve access to healthcare, education, and foster a sense of shared identity. The belief: if people can travel and trade freely, old divisions will fade, paving the way for a unified continent. The Trans-African Highway Network is a grid of 9 corridors, TAH1 to TAH9, forming the skeleton of a connected Africa. North-south routes like Cairo-Cape Town and east-west routes like Dakar-Lagos create a web linking dozens of capitals and economic hubs. Some highways are nearly complete and bustling. Others, especially in Central Africa, remain lines on a map. Each corridor tells a unique story of ambition and challenge, from coastal highways to jungle crossings. Let's embark on a virtual tour of these 9 great roads and see how close Africa is to realizing this dream. The first 4 highways form Africa's north-south and trans-Saharan axes, stretching across vast distances and connecting regions that were once isolated from each other. TAH1, the Cairo-Dakar Highway, is mostly paved but blocked by the closed Algeria-Morocco border, a political barrier as tough as any desert. This closure has turned a nearly finished route into a symbol of how politics can halt progress, even when the road itself is ready. TAH2, the Algiers-Lagos Highway, cuts through the heart of the Sahara and is nearly complete, but security issues and strict border controls limit its use. The highway's potential remains untapped, as travelers and goods face delays and uncertainty at every crossing. TAH3, Tripoli-Cape Town, is the most ambitious but least complete, with vast gaps in Central Africa and instability in Libya. The dream of a seamless route from north to south is challenged by difficult terrain, conflict, and a lack of infrastructure in key regions. TH4, the iconic Cairo-Cape Town Highway, follows the old Cape to Cairo dream and is now almost entirely paved. This route stands as a testament to decades of ambition and international cooperation. Recent completions in Kenya and Tanzania have made a continuous journey possible, except for a ferry crossing between Egypt and Sudan. This last gap is a reminder that even the most advanced highways can be interrupted by natural barriers like the Nile. These highways show both the progress and the persistent obstacles, political, physical, and logistical, that define the Trans-African Highway project. Every completed stretch is a victory, but every barrier is a challenge yet to be overcome. Where roads are open, they are lifelines, bringing trade, travel, and opportunity. Where gaps remain, the dream is still out of reach for many communities. The network's success depends on bridging not just physical distances, but political divides, requiring cooperation and trust between nations. Each completed section is a step toward a truly connected continent, opening new possibilities for millions of people and fostering unity. The journey is ongoing, but the vision is alive, inspiring hope for a future where Africa's highways unite its people and its potential. The east-west corridors are vital for landlocked nations and regional trade, serving as the backbone for economic growth and cross-border cooperation. These highways are more than just roads. They are lifelines that connect people, cultures, and markets across vast distances. T5, the Dakar and N'Djamena Highway, is a lifeline for the Sahel, mostly complete, but with rough flood-prone sections. During the rainy season, entire stretches can become impassable, disrupting trade and isolating communities that depend on the road for supplies and services. TAH6, N'Djamena Djibouti, is one of the least developed, hampered by conflict and unpaved stretches through Sudan and Ethiopia. The lack of reliable infrastructure here makes transport slow and costly, limiting opportunities for growth and regional integration. TAH7, Dakar-Lagos, runs through West Africa's most populous region and is heavily used, but border bureaucracy slows trade. Long waits at checkpoints and inconsistent regulations can turn a short journey into a multi-day ordeal for truckers and traders. Regional bodies like ECOWAS are working to streamline crossings and unlock the route's full potential. Their efforts aim to harmonize customs procedures and reduce delays, making it easier for goods and people to move freely across borders. TAH8, Lagos-Mombasa, would create a 10,000-kilometer Atlantic to Indian Ocean corridor, but the Congo Basin remains a massive missing link. Dense rainforest, challenging terrain, and limited infrastructure make this stretch one of the most difficult to complete. TAH9, Beira-Lobito, connects Mozambique to Angola, with the eastern half mostly complete, and the western half needing major reconstruction. Upgrading this corridor could open up new trade routes and boost economic activity in the region. These highways are arteries of opportunity, but their full promise depends on closing gaps and overcoming political and logistical hurdles. Investment, cooperation, and peace are essential to realize the vision of a truly connected continent. Where the roads are finished, they transform economies. Where they're not, the continent remains divided. Improved roads mean better access to markets, healthcare, and education, changing lives in both cities and remote villages. The east-west connectors are the key to unlocking Africa's internal trade and integration, paving the way for a future where prosperity and opportunity can reach every corner of the continent. The biggest challenge is the missing links. Vast stretches where no road exists, especially in Central Africa's Congo Basin. Dense rainforest, rivers, and harsh climate make construction costly and complex. These gaps cut the continent in half, forcing trade onto slow, expensive sea routes. Closing them will require unprecedented investment, cooperation, and engineering. Even where roads exist, poor maintenance is a constant threat. Heavy trucks and seasonal rains can quickly turn highways into impassable tracks. The cycle of construction and decay means progress is fragile. Natural challenges like shifting desert sands and mountain landslides add to the struggle. Building roads is just the start. Maintaining them is the real test of commitment. Physical roads are only half the battle. Human and political barriers are just as daunting. Border crossings are plagued by bureaucracy, corruption, and inconsistent regulations, turning short trips into long ordeals. Conflict and insecurity destroy infrastructure and halt progress, as seen in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the Sahel. Political disputes, like the closed Morocco-Algeria border, sever vital links even when roads exist. Financing is another hurdle. Building and maintaining highways requires massive investment, often beyond national budgets. International partners help, but resources are limited and priorities differ. For the Trans-African Highway to succeed, nations must see value in the whole network, not just their own sections. True connectivity demands political will, cooperation, and a shared vision. Without it, the map will remain a patchwork of dead ends. Where the highways are complete, their impact is transformative. Trade flourishes as goods move faster and cheaper, opening new markets for landlocked countries like Zambia. Small businesses thrive along the routes, creating jobs and turning villages into bustling hubs. Farmers reach bigger markets, entrepreneurs find new opportunities, and economic divides begin to shrink. Socially, roads mean better access to healthcare, education, and essential services. A reliable road can save lives, enable schooling, and connect families across borders. The highways foster a sense of shared identity, making travel, study, and tourism easier. Cultural exchange grows, stereotypes fade, and regional communities emerge. In East and Southern Africa, where the network is strongest, a new sense of unity is taking root. The roads are not just infrastructure, they are engines of hope and progress. The Trans-African Highway is one of the most ambitious projects of our time, a blueprint for a united, prosperous Africa. Stretching thousands of kilometers across deserts, savannas, and bustling cities, it represents not just a road, but a vision for the continent's future. The journey has been tough, with gaps, conflicts, and political roadblocks, but the progress is undeniable. Each completed section stands as a testament to resilience and the determination of countless workers and leaders. Where roads are finished, economies grow, communities connect, and hope flourishes. Markets thrive, goods move faster, and families are brought closer together, transforming daily life for millions. The challenge now is to close the remaining gaps, harmonize regulations, and resolve political disputes. Only by working together can these obstacles be overcome and the highway's full potential realized. This requires a shift from national to continental thinking. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. True unity demands collaboration, trust, and a shared commitment to progress. A completed highway in one country is useless if it leads to an impassable track in the next. Seamless connections are essential for trade, travel, and opportunity to flow freely. With renewed commitment, Africa can unlock a single market of over 1 billion people, driving trade, innovation, and unity. The possibilities are endless when borders become bridges, not barriers. Every kilometer of asphalt is a step toward a brighter future. Each new road brings hope, opportunity, and the promise of a better tomorrow for generations to come. The dream is alive, the foundations are laid, and now is the time to finish the journey. The road ahead may be long, but the destination is within reach. Africa's integrated future is waiting, paved by vision, determination, and the will to connect. Together, the continent can build a legacy of unity and progress that will endure for generations. If you're inspired by Africa's journey and want to see more stories about the continent's future and infrastructure, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Join us as we explore the roads that are shaping tomorrow's Africa.